Okay, we're back. I don't know where I got to. I was messing up doing some book tags, wasn't I? With stuff from packaging, because I spend a lot of money online, mostly. I don't think I've been to any shop. I know there's been a pandemic, but I don't think I've actually been into town to a shop for at least 6 months, and that's my average, even without a pandemic. So, just saying. Right, and then I think I showed you some of the ones I made, but just to quickly recap then, that one still has to be completed. So some of these I have literally just started to top, but I haven't punched holes, I haven't added ribbon or anything like that. Sort of stage one, if you like. This was over a packet of something, and I thought it would make quite a nice little file folder divider thing. Just more bits of card that have been done on one side but not the other. The mini envelope that you can put something in. This one actually is a mini envelope but then also has a little tuck pocket. I thought that was quite cute. This one I've added the ribbon and the front and the back, but I haven't embellished it. A mini envelope with a little stamp inside it with a little pull. And these are tiny bits of paper, so there's, although you do need to throw things away, there's no need to throw things away. A tiny corner of lace, I think that was off something. Oh, this was this one. So this is all falling apart. This needs more. So what I've done is this has a brad or something in it that I did, and then I've just started to add extra bits. Ooh, shouldn't do that. I'll need to glue that back down. Extra bits to it, like extra little journaling spots that look quite pretty. Oh, that's why it's clipping up a bit. Look quite pretty, so that will go in a pocket or be clipped into a journal. We'll do some of that on another video because I do have a journal to do. These were just packaging that I thought actually the front was perfectly okay, so I just cut it and rounded the corners. I have a corner rounder cutter thing, this one, which does different sizes. I sometimes get it wrong. I don't know how you can get that wrong, but I do. Let's see what else we've got. We've got another one that I've just backed and rounded the corners, and that one I think I did show you before, which still isn't really completed. So the first part of today is just going to be finding scraps to cover more, maybe even collaging little scraps together. Let me just get rid of some of the ones that, oh, this is quite cute. This was again a piece of packaging that has Track Your Days on it. Nothing on that one, but again can be covered, so just cut to size. So that one's ready to go, that one's ready to go. This one had daily on it and nothing else, so again already sort of done for you. This one, I was thinking another one of those page turning sort of tags. Again, just cut to size. This one's like a little tick box tracker from packaging. Another page turning tag. Potentially a belly band already made, which is just where you put it, seal it on the page with those two bits, and you can tuck things inside. Just make it prettier or not. Don't even need to do anything to that. So these have all just been cut to size basically from a mini Cocoa Pops packet. So you can see it's all sorts of extra junk, just trimmed up. Big bookmark. That could even be a journal. Oh, something I did find that was really quite interesting was this was packaging over something, can't remember what, and although I've not done it particularly well because it's still got air bumps and things, I covered it to make like a little book cover, and then I've started to put together some signatures from scraps, and could literally just decorate some of these with some tags and things and envelopes, shove it in there, have another book. This was the base for a book, but you could cut that down, have another notebook in there, and then you've actually got a little, I don't even know what you'd call it, journal plus notebook, purse size. Cut it down a bit, could be purse size. This isn't a traditional cover where things are exposed, but if there's enough cardboard everywhere, I don't see why not. You might want to, obviously it flicks open, so you might want to cut that down a bit, have a little closure here, and then have that one there so that it doesn't flap around so much. So that's, again, something else I might do on camera. So what I'm going to do now is that was just a big piece of card. That hasn't fully covered it, but I did that for texture, so there's going to be more going on here. That's part of that signature. So what I was going to do was just take some of these, take some of the scraps, and just as quickly as possible, these are just old bits of paper. I have actually my scrapbook box somewhere as well, which will probably have smaller ones in, which I think I should get. But I've got even more bits of card over here that you can't see off camera. I can't believe how many bits of card I've got. I'm going to end up with hundreds of journal tags and no journal. I wanted more scrappy bits of paper, because this is what I wanted to use up first before I used up nice stuff, if you like. Oh, I've got a lot. And for speed this time, I'm just going to use some Pritt stick so we can do it all quite quickly. And I'm just tearing and sticking. I'm not going to worry about colours and whether they combine or not. This is, if I do plainer ones, that will be the back. Oh, I should have some protection down, shouldn't I? Because I don't want my surface getting ruined. Have I got anywhere? What did I do with that? So this is what it's like. Just a bit of kitchen paper. Then just tear it. Everything getting torn. Don't know why I have so many pairs of scissors. So I'm just going to glue this all over and just start to tear various bits of paper. Don't want to waste any, so as low down as we can go on that. Stick it on, smooth it over a little bit, as much as I'm capable of doing it without ripping it. So I just want to create a collagey base. That one needs inking, I think, because again it's still Victoriana, so we still want it to look older. So when you rip paper, most paper has a white core, so I still want to age it a bit. It's probably too stark a contrast, but it will do. Just bring it in a bit. This ink takes a little while to dry, so it will stain my fingers. Right, that one's glued, that one isn't, so let's just shove a bit of extra glue down. Might start having to glue the pieces to make sure I get it glued everywhere. So that bit there. What else have we got? We've got this one, that's quite straight looking, the crinkly edge. I'm hoping all this is in shot, because I don't have much desk space here with everything else going on. Bring that down. Also, glue stick gives you a bit of time to play with putting it down. So this would be the journaling side. So really, I just want to use mostly blankish looking, it's quite nice, areas you can journal at. Again, just aging it a little bit here, and then if it's not looking old enough, just create a crease like this, scrunch it a bit, and then do that so it looks a bit more grungy. Where do we want to put this one? Like that, I think. Yeah. Actually, if I'm going to have that at the top, it makes more sense to do it that way, because that's already down now. That might need a bit of glue pasting over it so it doesn't fall off. There. Got another bit of this, just squidge it in. Again, it needs a bit of aging on those white bits. What else do we have? Ooh, sticking. It's sticking, it's sticking. What else do I have? I have some other books, notebooks that are never going to be used, like this one. So I can literally just rip a page out of one of these. That one has some nice lines across it. If I do it like that, it's got a bit of a quote. This one I don't need to really age the edges because it's already cream coloured paper. Get that off there. I'm already making a mess. Can do that bit up here. And then what else do we have? Might try and find a bit of something that isn't going to be used, like this blue here. Ooh, it's an interesting tear. Taking half the paper off with the tear. I'm not going to be using that. Just get that covered. Right, we have a tiny little gap there. So just need to find a little something for that. That will do. Right, that is going to be the back of the bookmark or journaling tag, so that it's got areas that you can write on. I need to glue that down a bit more. And that just now needs to dry a little bit. And then we'll make the front cover a bit more. So that's the back where you could write on different, once all that's dried up, you could write for journals, or it could just be the interesting back to a bookmark if you want it to be. And so I'm going to continue off camera doing this on a few of these bits of card here, because I just feel like it's a really, really quick way to start to get things covered. Having said that, I quite like that as a journaling card. By the way, I've got about half a dozen, or no, I've got more than that. I've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20 drying at the moment, but this one's dried. Having said, I quite fancied that as the back of the journaling card. I also quite like that as the front. So what I think I'm going to do is I was going to fussy cut this, but I think I'm just going to tack, because all of this is torn, I'm just going to tear around this chrysanthemum, I think it is, and put it as a central kind of point of interest and see how that looks. So I'm going to tear away from me so that it's less white comes through. So if you tear towards you, you get more white. Away from you, you get less white. Now the precise way to do this, and I may go back in with some scissors and fussy cut it in a minute if I don't like this look, but I've never tried tearing out a topper to see what that looks like. You see, okay, that's gone over the edge, but I think a question of if we find a position for it that kind of incorporates most of what's under there, that actually makes quite a nice focal point, and then just trim it and maybe put a bit on this corner and a bit on this corner. I think I'm going to try it. I am going to try it. We've got plenty of pink in the other flower, so let's just go for it and see what it's like. And then we just back the other side with just some plain paper, so it does make a journaling spot. Let's just get that lined up there. Push it all down. Try not to get it on my cutting board, because that's a pain when that happens. Yeah, it sort of looks part of it now, doesn't it? Even without me having like dark the edges, that looks part of it. Then I just think, because obviously this is a bright colour and there's no other, I think maybe a bit here. That one's going the same way. You could almost do it like that. That's covering virtually everything you've done, isn't it? About there. I think what I might do is run it all up this side. Yeah. So I can have that bit there just overlapping. I would have printed some more of these up, but my printer's decided to tell me I'm out of paper, even though I'm not out of paper. Then it's telling me maybe there's paper dust. I have no idea how to fix that. I can't find the manual, so I'm going to have to YouTube it, or just not have a printer for a couple of weeks. And then I could, where I've torn this already, just bring that there. Yeah, why not? Plus I like covering large areas. I'm wondering if I could put a little bit of hint of gold somewhere on this. So having said I was going to use this as the back of the journaling card, I've now ended up using it as the front. Maybe if I had a gold liquid pen, you could get a bit of glam in it that way, you know, just highlight some of the leaves or something. That's something to consider for a future video. Meanwhile, I think you've got the basic idea. These now need the back doing, a hole punching, a ribbon or a piece of string putting in, or you could just clip it into a journal. The next time I do a video, it will be putting some of these into that brown envelope journal, and the one after that I'll probably be making a cover for that brown envelope journal, because until I make the cover I don't know how much stuff I can get into it. So that's my plans roughly. Well, my next plan is to go get a coffee. So I will hopefully see you next time. Don't forget, anyone who has inspired me, any YouTube channels that have inspired me, are listed in the description with the links.